Good morning. How's everybody today? I'm Trenda McPherson with the Florida Department of Transportation, and I have the privilege of facilitating Florida's focused initiative for pedestrian and bicycle safety. Thank you all for coming out today. I'd like to start with a few acknowledgments. I'd like to first of all say thank you to our enforcement for being here, for representing. Thank you so much for all that you do to keep our pedestrians and bicyclists safe, and for supporting activities like these so we can increase awareness. I'd like to say a special thank you to all of the city representatives that are here today. We really have such a great turnout, and I really appreciate each of you. I'd like to recognize Deputy City Manager Reese Goad. Reese, here he is right over here, and the Assistant City Manager Wayne Tedder. There he is right back there. So thank you guys for being here. We really do appreciate your support. Every transit trip starts on foot or by bike. I can't think of a better way to promote pedestrian and bicycle safety than by wrapping these buses and showing how important it is and how the connection is between transit and our pedestrians and bicyclists. One of the most cost-effective, efficient, environmentally friendly modes of transportation is walking and biking or using transit, because whenever people come together in a group and use one mode of transportation, it certainly reduces the emissions to our environment and certainly improves where we live.
Good morning. It is a beautiful day in Tallahassee. As an engineer and the Chief Safety Officer for the Florida Department of Transportation, I have the distinguished honor of representing the engineering E of traffic safety, while also working with amazing partners who represent the other E's. In traffic safety, we often talk about the 4 E's: engineering, education, enforcement, and emergency services. Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow is a shining example of a traffic safety partnership that is working. Thank you, Trenda.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here with you all today on this beautiful day. And I too want to thank law enforcement for being here today, showing their support, and thank you all for everything that you do. Really appreciate that. So again, I'm with Federal Highway Administration, and livable communities that support walking and biking as active transportation options are a high priority for the Federal Highway Administration. We promote and support communities that provide safe, accessible transportations for all citizens, for all users, whether they walk, bike, access transit, or drive. Pedestrian safety and bicycle safety is important to the Federal Highway Administration, and important in Florida, and important in this community. Safety campaigns like the one you see here today are developed to educate motorists, pedestrians, and bicyclists about factors that directly affect them. This campaign states a simple fact: every bicyclist and pedestrian is important to someone. I have 2 sons. They walk, they bike, they're very important to me. I imagine each of you can name someone in your family that walks or bikes. How many of you can imagine that person being one of Florida's statistics? You can't, and neither can I, because we are talking about people we care about. If everyone who sees this message would consider the people instead of the statistics, they might pay more attention when they drive. And if every pedestrian and bicyclist understood the risk of riding against traffic, crossing against a signal, they might pay more attention when they walk or bike. Together we can make a difference. Let that difference start right here in Tallahassee. Every life counts. Thank you.
Public transportation is a crucial part of the solution to Florida's economic, energy, and environmental challenges. It provides support in our urban cores as well as a lifeline in our rural communities. It benefits every segment of our society. These transit buses represent more than just public transportation. They represent an innovative collaboration between partners with a common goal: safety. These mobile billboards, while traversing through their normal daily routes, will provide education to residents and visitors about safe walking, biking, and driving behaviors. As the Executive Director of the Florida Public Transportation Association, I encourage you to join us in sharing these very important safety messages, because every life counts. Thank you.
Everyone walks, whether we're walking from our cars through the parking lot to the grocery store, or whether we're walking our dogs. At some point, most of us during the day, we are a pedestrian. Many of us ride bikes, whether it's for recreation or health, but we don't always think of using a bicycle or even walking as a legitimate form of transportation. Our office, the Florida Department of Transportation Transit Office, works to identify and support cost-effective, efficient, and safe transportation options. Options like walking, biking, and using transit are great ways to reduce congestion. Your drivers get a benefit from that, improve the environment, reduce your stress, and improve your overall health. And an option like transit branding, like you see in front of us, is a great way to educate and encourage safe behaviors, not just to people who walk or bike, but people who drive as well. You definitely see this in your cars. Tallahassee is a beautiful place to live, and we are a great community. So let's all do our part in encouraging safety on the roads, and every life counts. Thank you.
The Tallahassee Police Department has taken a proactive approach to pedestrian and bicycle safety by identifying key locations where crashes occur most often. We've placed officers at these locations to watch for unsafe behavior, like drivers who are distracted, speeding, or impaired, pedestrians who cross outside the crosswalk or against the signal, and bicyclists who ride against traffic or without lights at night. But our officers are not just there to enforce laws, they're also there to educate citizens about safety. The Star Metro buses Commissioner Ziffer will officially unveil here shortly are an example of our commitment to raising awareness and educating the public. They are also a symbol of what we can do through our partnerships and collaboration between the state and the city to improve safety for all our citizens. Together, we will drive down fatalities because we are committed to our community. I firmly believe that every life counts.
Out of 67 counties in Florida, we rank 18th in traffic crashes, resulting in serious and fatal injuries to pedestrians and bicyclists. Pedestrians and bicyclists are our most vulnerable road users. They don't have protection of an automobile, they don't have seat belts, and they don't have airbags. Speed, impairment, and distractions are a contributing factor to many of these crashes. The campaign that you'll see unveiled today is part of a comprehensive effort to remind our citizens that we all of us have a role in traffic safety. If you drive, stay alert. Watch out for pedestrians and bicyclists. And please slow down. The life you can save can be your own. If you bike, please obey all the traffic laws. Ride in the direction of traffic. Signal your intentions if you're going to turn or stop, so drivers know what to expect. Everyone walks, whether you're walking through a parking lot to your car or crossing the street. Make sure you're visible to all drivers. As Chief DeLeo said, use the crosswalks and obey pedestrian signals, because safety doesn't happen by accident.
Good morning to all of you, I want to thank all of you for being here today. The 2 transit buses we have behind us are actually part of a 20-bus fleet that will be rolled out to promote, obviously, our safety campaign, Alert Today, Florida. The City of Tallahassee is proud to partner with the Florida Department of Transportation, working together on the projects like this. But none has been more and near and dear to my heart than this one, because it will help save lives. The 20 buses represent a little more than a quarter of our total fleet, which means there's a very good chance that during the day you're going to see these buses a lot. My goal is to provide a better quality of life for residents and visitors, to promote safety, accessibility, and mobility to everyone, regardless of age, ability, or socioeconomic status. Every transit trip starts by bike or on foot, so I can't think of a better way to promote pedestrian and bicycle safety than a message like this on the buses that will be traveling every route in our city. At this time, I'd like to ask all of our speakers, members of the group that's up here, and all our law enforcement folks to join me as we cut the ribbon and put these buses out on our streets. Everybody? Ready? 1, 2, 3. These buses, 20 of them on our streets, will be constantly reminding our citizens to be safe, be alert. Because if you're alert, be alert today, arrive tomorrow.